Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and welcome not to a video on Bitcoin. No, welcome to a video on Solana. All right, your daily update. We'll do a full update, kind of heading into the next week. I would say, like in terms of price action, like this is the 12-hour time frame. I would say nothing has really changed since yesterday. Yesterday we were slightly lower, and I would say, like on the 1-hour time frame, maybe this is some sort of an uptrend starting. But the thing is that, excuse me, it's a Sunday, all right? So moves on a Sunday, I always take I always take lightly. I mean, if you look at Solana right now, volume is down 50%. So can you really trust moves with such a dwindling volume? Usually the answer is no. But my expectation for Solana is still the bullish breakout, all right? That's what we said yesterday. It looks to me, and I stick with that. It looks to me that Solana right now, at least on the lower time frames, but it looks to be the case on like the 4-hour time frame as well. It looks like we are consolidating a bit under that massive resistance level we have between 162 and 164. And like ultimately what we want to do is obviously breakout. All right, so we want to get enough momentum to do something like this and rally back up to 175, 185. Those would be my main price targets. But I am not, like, even though something like this I do think is the most likely scenario, and I say that mainly because I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is, at least on the higher time frames, getting into a bullish market structure, and there's room for at least some more growth. And then obviously Solana against Bitcoin is also still relatively bullish and at support right now. So even if it's consolidating, which you could also say, it is at support. So that combination, being bullish on Bitcoin and seeing a relatively strong Solana, makes me think this will happen. But then, and this might sound a little bit paradoxical to you, but then if I look at Solana right here, I'm not convinced. All right, because sure, the market looks good, and sure, Solana in theory and on paper is stronger than Bitcoin, but I don't really see that on the chart. The CVD right here has been absolutely flat, basically since yesterday. But before that, it was quite flat as well, and there's no real momentum. Like we had a lot of momentum earlier last week. So when we had that mean reversion and when we had that recovery from the crash, there was a ton of momentum, obviously. But right now, I would actually say it's on the short term, it's still more likely that we will stay in this consolidation right here between 162 and let's say 144. I think that's still most likely, even though I on a little bit more of the longer term, I do expect that breakout. I'm not convinced that the breakout is coming today. Today is going to be volatile, so we might have some sort of a fake out here, so a bull trap. So you should be prepared for that. You should be able to see through that. But I will only call for the breakout happening if I see much more momentum and if I actually see volume. All right. Calling the breakout without volume or without momentum is just more often going to lead to a fake out. So for now, I am bullish on Solana. I don't really see a reason, except for some sort of big external factor, right, outside of crypto, being bearish. I don't see any reason why I should expect a crash for Solana. I think a drop down into 144 would actually be a great buy opportunity. So that's not what I expect, but I also don't expect a breakout yet. I think like there are early signs, at least technically, of us being bullish. But like I said, like I think it's likely we're going up to 160, 162 today. I don't think we'll break out. And I could be wrong. I'll try to correct myself as soon as possible if I'm wrong or if I think I'm wrong. But for now, that's what I expect. All right, so thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.